Rome doesn't need to be rushed. In 3 gentle days, you can trace ancient footsteps, sip morning coffee in quiet piazzas, and watch golden light brush over terracotta rooftops. This isn't about ticking off landmarks. It's about letting the city unfold at its own rhythm. Slow mornings, long lunches, and evenings that stretch into soft blue twilight. We'll explore iconic sites during calm hours, discover tucked-away corners, and leave space for wandering. No sprinting between monuments, just presence, curiosity, and the simple pleasure of being somewhere beautiful. Let's begin with day 1, and a morning in the heart of ancient Rome. Day 1 begins early. Arrive at the Colosseum around 8:30, when the morning light is soft and the crowds are still thin. Stand beneath those ancient arches and imagine the weight of 2,000 years. The stone feels cool, the air quiet. Take your time circling the upper tiers. There's no need to rush. Tickets are around €16, often bookable online to skip lines. Pair it with the Roman Forum nearby. A combined ticket covers both. Wear comfortable shoes, the ground is uneven, beautiful, and very real. After an hour or so, step back into the present day and let the ancient world settle. Now, let's find somewhere calm for a mid-morning pause. Just east of the Forum lies Monte, a neighborhood of narrow cobbled lanes and ivy-draped doorways. Duck into a small cafe. Nothing fancy, just locals and the hiss of an espresso machine. Order a cappuccino and a cornetto, and stand at the bar like the Romans do. Mornings here feel unhurried. You might hear the murmur of Italian conversation, the clink of porcelain, the distant hum of a Vespa. Sip slowly. Notice the tile floors, the worn wood counter, the way light pools on the pastry case. This is Rome at its quietest, before the day accelerates. When you're ready, we'll wander toward a square that holds centuries of stories. Piazza Navona is famous for its fountains and Baroque grandeur, but visit mid-morning and you'll find it surprisingly peaceful. The oval shape traces an ancient stadium. Bernini's fountains stand like frozen poetry. Walk the perimeter slowly. Notice the ochre and cream facades, the street artists setting up, the cafe tables still half empty. If you sit for a drink here, expect higher prices. It's a touristy spot, but the setting is undeniably lovely. Stay 15 minutes or half an hour, whatever feels right. Let your eyes rest on the sculpted marble, the rippling water, the sky framed by old Roman rooftops. Soon, we'll slip into a gallery that whispers rather than shouts. A short walk brings you to the Pantheon, where architecture becomes meditation. Step through those bronze doors into a space that stood for nearly 2,000 years. The oculus above draws your gaze upward, a perfect circle open to sky, rain, and shifting light. Stand beneath it. Watch shadows move across ancient marble. Entry is free, though there may be a small fee for special exhibitions. The interior feels both grand and intimate, echoing with whispers and footsteps. Spend as long as you like. There's no right amount of time, just presence. When you're ready, let's find lunch in a neighborhood where locals still outnumber visitors. Cross the Tiber River into Trastevere, where laundry hangs between shuttered windows and trattorias spill onto cobblestone alleys. Choose a small family-run spot. Handwritten menus, checkered tablecloths, no English translations. Try cacio e pepe or carbonara, simple dishes done right. Expect to pay 10 to 15 euros for pasta, a bit more for a full meal. Lunch here stretches into the early afternoon. Romans don't rush it. Sit outside if the weather allows. Watch the light soften, listen to the clatter of plates, taste the sharpness of pecorino. This is Rome's heart, not in monuments, but in moments like these. Afterward, we'll explore the neighborhood on foot. After lunch, wander Trastevere without a map. Let the narrow streets guide you past flower boxes, faded frescoes, and doorways painted shuttered green and blue. You'll find artisan workshops, small galleries, the occasional cat sunning itself on warm stone. There's no agenda here, just the pleasure of getting a little lost. If you stumble upon Santa Maria in Trastevere, step inside. The medieval mosaics glow like honey in candlelight. Otherwise, simply drift. Notice textures, worn brick, iron balconies, ivy creeping over archways. By late afternoon, the neighborhood hums with a gentle energy. Locals returning home, children playing, the scent of baking bread. Let's close day one with a view. Climb Gianicolo Hill just before sunset. It's a 15-minute walk from Trastevere, uphill but gentle. At the top, a terrace offers sweeping views over Rome. Domes, spires, terracotta, and the distant curve of the Tiber. Locals gather here with gelato, couples lean on stone balustrades, and the sky shifts from gold to rose to violet. There's often a street musician, the soft strum of a guitar blending with birdsong. Stay until the city lights begin to flicker on, one by one, like stars finding their places. This is the end of day one. Slow, full, and quietly beautiful. Tomorrow, we'll visit the Vatican at a gentler pace. Day two takes us to Vatican City, home to some of the world's most revered art. Book tickets online in advance. Entry is around €17, and pre-booking saves hours in line. Arrive early, around 8:30, when the galleries are quietest. Modest clothing is required, shoulders and knees covered. Bring water. The museums stretch for miles. This isn't a race. You don't need to see everything. Choose a few rooms that call to you. The Raphael rooms, perhaps, or the Gallery of Maps, and let yourself linger. The Sistine Chapel comes near the end. It's breathtaking and often crowded, but even in the throng, Michelangelo's ceiling holds a kind of gravity. We'll talk about how to experience it mindfully. When you enter the Sistine Chapel, pause near the doorway. Let your eyes adjust. The frescoes cover every surface, walls, ceiling, altar, a symphony of color and form. Guards ask for silence, and in that hush, something profound emerges. Michelangelo painted the ceiling lying on his back for 4 years. Look up slowly. The creation of Adam, the finger of God, the cascade of figures and stories. Don't try to absorb it all at once. Pick one panel. Study it. Let the rest blur into background. Even 5 quiet minutes here can feel like communion. When you're ready, exit into daylight and find a bench in St. Peter's Square. We'll talk about the Basilica next. St. Peter's Basilica is vast, one of the largest churches in the world, but it can still offer quiet. Entry is free. Expect security lines, but they move. Inside, light pours through high windows onto marble and gold. Walk slowly along the side aisles, away from the central crowds. Visit Michelangelo's Pietà behind glass, the folds of marble drapery, the serene face of Mary. Sit in a pew for a few minutes. Listen to the echo of footsteps, the murmur of prayer. If you wish, climb the dome for views over Rome. It's a few hundred steps, narrow and winding, but the panorama is extraordinary. Then, step outside and breathe. Let's find lunch nearby. A short walk from the Vatican brings you to the area around Castel Sant'Angelo, where small restaurants cater to both locals and travelers. Choose a trattoria with outdoor seating and order something simple: grilled vegetables, fresh pasta, a glass of white wine. Prices here are moderate, 10 to 20 euros for a meal. The castle itself looms nearby, a cylindrical fortress with a long history, ancient tomb, papal refuge, now a museum. If you have energy, visit in the late afternoon when light gilds the stone. Otherwise, let lunch stretch. Watch the Tiber River slide past, green and lazy. There's no hurry. When you're ready, we'll explore a quieter side of Rome. Day 3 invites you into green space. Villa Borghese, Rome's most beautiful park, opens early and offers shaded paths, sculpted gardens, and the Galleria Borghese Art Museum. Book the gallery in advance. Entry is timed, around €15, and collections include Bernini sculptures and Caravaggio paintings. But first, wander the park. Rent a rowboat on the little lake, or simply walk beneath umbrella pines and listen to birdsong. Families picnic here, joggers pass, lovers sit on benches. It's Rome at ease, unhurried and human. The air smells of pine and cut grass. When your museum time arrives, step inside and let art slow you down even further. Afterward, we'll visit one final iconic site. Save the Trevi Fountain for late afternoon or early evening, when the light turns golden and the crowds thin slightly. Yes, it's famous. Yes, it's touristy. But it's also genuinely stunning. A Baroque masterpiece carved into a palazzo wall, water tumbling over mythical figures and stone shells. Stand at the edge. Toss a coin over your left shoulder with your right hand. Tradition says you'll return to Rome. Whether you believe it or not, the ritual feels right. Stay a few minutes, then step into the side streets. Buy gelato from a nearby gelateria, €2 or €3 for a cone, and wander slowly back toward your accommodation. Day 3 is winding down, and so is this gentle Roman journey. 3 days in Rome, taken slowly, can feel like a gift. You've walked ancient stones, tasted simple food, watched light move across art that's outlived empires. You didn't see everything, no one ever does, but you saw enough. Enough to feel the city's rhythm, to understand why people return, to carry a few quiet memories home. Slow travel isn't about doing less, it's about feeling more. It's permission to pause, to sit, to let beauty settle into your bones. Rome rewards this kind of attention. So does anywhere, really. The world opens when you stop rushing through it. If this approach felt right to you, there are other places waiting at this same gentle pace. Thank you for slowing down with me. If this felt calming and you'd like more journeys like this, you might enjoy our Calm Travel Guides playlist, gentle city plans, quiet villages, and places that invite you to breathe. We also explore cultural questions, ambient visual journeys, and the art of traveling with intention. Take your time. There's no rush to watch everything. Just follow what calls to you, one gentle video at a time. Until next time, travel softly.